Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. We're at 51,500. Pump the likes to pump the stream, and let's pump it up. In today's show, we're breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as Coinbase argues for spot Ethereum ETFs as analysts warn of concentration risks. Also, Sam Bankman-Fried is back in court, waives conflict of interest for his lawyers. Also, breaking news from the ECB, spreading FUD, says Bitcoin has failed on its promise, its fair value is still zero and causes environmental damage, yada, yada, yada. I'll be sharing the responses from Plan B and others. Obviously, they're feeling threatened by Bitcoin because Bitcoin kills the central banks. We'll also be discussing a $150,000 Bitcoin price target on the table for this year in 2024. Send it, according to Fundstrat's Thomas Lee. Also breaking news, Max Keiser predicts a 1987-like market crash, foresees Bitcoin surpassing $500,000 per coin, and says Bitcoin ETFs, domestic miners, will get seized by the US government. He also shares that if they can do this to Trump, they can certainly seize Bitcoin held in Bitcoin ETFs and commandeer US Bitcoin miners. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Now, welcome, crypto fam. What it do? Make some noise in that live chat. Today's episode is brought to you by the one and only crypto exchange, PrimeXBT. Now, super cool. You can get started today in literally 5 seconds. All you need is an email account and you can deposit some funds. And you can also deposit funds with Visa and MasterCard very easily. And even if you don't trade on other exchanges for whatever reason, you're always welcome on PrimeXBT. My referral link is in the description right down below. By supporting our sponsor, you're also supporting the show. So I greatly appreciate that. Now, they currently have 30 plus crypto future pairs, leveraged from 1x to 100x, one-click trading mode, deep liquidity, and very high execution speed with very flexible leverage. My favorite part is saving on the fees. They have extremely low fees, only 0.01% maker fee, and only a 0.02% taker fee, and only a 0.01% funding fee. Some comparison, KuCoin standard fee is 0.1%, which is 10x higher than PrimeXBT. So the fees here are 5 to 10x lower on PrimeXBT compared to KuCoin, Binance, etc. They also have lots of bells and whistles. They were voted best platform for online trading and best mobile trading app. And they even have something called Copy the Expert Traders. So I highly encourage you to check out PrimeXBT. Use my referral link exclusive in the show notes below the video and take advantage of up to $7,000 in bonuses. And let's get this crypto, shall we? Now, welcome everyone. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. First and foremost, let's get it. The Bitcoin price flipped green, so let's get it. Shout out to everyone just joining us. T-Man, what up, fam? Joanna, Jennifer, shout out to the new mods, K-Jam and Jennifer Conkright. We greatly appreciate your support, family. Let's get it. Eduardo, what it do? Junior, welcome. Darth Melda, always a pleasure, family, as the legend of Melda continues. Pump it up. Let's go. Good morning, JV. How high is Bitcoin going to go? Infinity and beyond. Bitcoin has no top because dirty fiat money from the ECB has no bottom, if you know what I'm saying. What up, fan? Finally checking in for the live show. How is Northwest Arkansas? Or right there in Arkansas, that's what's up. I saw a saw in Arkansas that could outsaw any saw that I ever saw. If you saw the saw that I saw back in Arkansas, let's see your saw. I saw the saw that I saw back in Arkansas. Little rhyme for you I heard back in the day when I was a kid, and it just clicked in my mind. Don't meet many people from Arkansas, so just saying. Hello from Barcelona. Cheers, Eduardo. Good to see you, family. I visited Barcelona, Spain, and Montserrat a few years back. Had a blast out there. Beautiful place to be. What up, Rodolfo Perez? Welcome, family. Scan the QR and buy the dip. You already know. Smash the like. Help pump the stream. Much love, much respect. We do have a sponsor for today's show, so shout out PrimeXBT, Mr. Dirty. What up, Freddie? What it do? Got to pay the bills around here. Jasmine, baby, says Shawandale, the Palestinian W stream. Let's get it. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's afternoon stream. It is Thursday, end of the week, right around the corner. I still say 55,000 in play. Let's go. Shout out to the Ali Rizza. What up, JV from Saudi? Still stuck in traffic. Shout out to my family in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Appreciate you supporting the show. Bitcoin, baby, says David Plugs. Welcome, family. Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? Shout out, Serge. Always a pleasure, family. Good to see you. Let's pump this mofo up, shall we?
Pump, 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 pump it up.
Shout out. Hello from Santiago. Welcome, Gianfranco. Mick Foofinator made it on time. What up? Good to see you guys. Yes, let's go. Greetings from the Netherlands, Amsterdam. Shout out Amsterdam, one of my favorite cities I've ever visited. Had a blast out there. Northwest Arkansas, the home of Walmart home office. Didn't know that. And JB Hunt Truckin', to name a few. Good to know BCD 2020. Let's get it. Good morning. What's up, bro? Everything all right? Everything is good, Ali. Appreciate your support. What up, Hayden Armstrong? What it do? Let's go. Where's Qatar at? Make some noise. They're sitting on a $500 billion sovereign wealth fund. They're looking to convert into Bitcoin. It's time. If they don't do it now, were they going to wait till Bitcoin's $1 million a coin? What are we waiting for? What's the weekly range now? We're going to be discussing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, the downside and the upside here shortly. Stick around. What up, T-Man Bon? Hey, JV, good morning. Shout out Jose Borjas. Good to see you, family. Hello from London. What up, Kepler? Everyone, make sure to say hello in the live chat. Extremely important because this is a live and interactive show. I live for the chat, if you know what I mean.
Pump, pump, pump it up.
Boom, boom, boom. Tony, what up, broski? Good, me good. Good to see. Good morning from PNW. What up? What the fruit? I like that name. Who's riding that NVIDIA? Wow, NVIDIA on a tear, family. I've been watching that. But first, who's the second best? It's actually an excellent question I got to ask the Giga Chad. So here's Michael Saylor.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one.
I'm sorry, I lied.
I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Let's go. Yeah, that's right, Jennifer. You already know. Gary Gensler in the building. You're here nice and early today, Gensler. Do you have any insights for us here at Crypto News Alerts? Let me know, family. Gary, what's good? It's not a show without Gary, if you know what I mean. So welcome, family. Welcome, everyone just joining the stream. We greatly appreciate the support. But anyways, family, if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day. Just like this, also equally important to smash the like to help pump the stream. It helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Now, today is pod episode number 1559. I'm your host, JV, and today is February 22nd, 2024. Now, 22 is ultimately 11 times 2, so happy 11/11, just saying. But anyways, family, welcome to the stream. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. 7 days a week. As you can see, Bitcoin and the entire market pumping again back in the green. Bitcoin is sitting at roughly 51,600 at the time of the live stream. Ether on the cusp of reclaiming 3,000, which we crossed the other day. XRP pulling back while BNB, Solana, and Cardano all breaking out and in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap sits at 1.97 trillion, right on the back of reclaiming 2 trillion, and we got 77.7 billion in volume. 777, more good omens, family. Now, the dominance is sitting at 51.4%, with the Ether dominance back on the rise at 18.2% as the Ether price action continues to climb. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we got AGIX, we got WorldCoin. I mean, WorldCoin's up 177% this past week. I heard they're trying to raise like $6, $7, $8 trillion. Sam Altman for their AI project. Very interesting. We got Render, we got Fetch, Filecoin, The Graph, Jasmy, Woo, and Axler. Now, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on during this bull run? Let me know, family, in the comments right down below. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the day, you can see massive gainers. AJAX up 37%, Render 21, WorldCoin 36, Woo 15, GRT 17, HBAR 11%, FET 18%. So you can say it's been a hell of a week for the alts. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 74 today. Yesterday was Extreme Greed with a 78. Last week a 72. Last month a 50. And checking out the Bitcoin halving countdown, we only got 56 days left left, according to this particular countdown clock. I had to switch it up for you guys. Ultimately meaning we're 96% roughly done until block 840,000, which is the scheduled halving date, scheduled to take place according to this one on April 19th. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to go by the time of the halving? Let me know, family. Don't be a stranger. Boricua, shout out Luis Garcia. Good to see you, broski. Happy birthday, Crypto Surge. Is it your birthday, broski? Oh, June 11th. Nice. I love that number 11. There is no second best. You got that right. Oh yeah, is anyone's phone's not working today? My brother texted me, my phone's not working. And then I saw the news, like all the major providers went down, which is interesting. And then the World Economic Forum was sharing some very interesting information. I don't trust nothing coming from them, but nonetheless, this could be a orchestrated attack. I want to know your thoughts, family. Exactly. They're just running scared and will make any bullish up away. That's right. They want to prevent you from touching crypto because they're scared, they're panicking, and we're going to be covering that as well. The ECB FUD from Christine Lagarde. Good morning from sunny Costa Rica, JB fam. Pura Vida, Bruno, Bitcoin and Ether pumping. Thanks for all the hard work. You're very welcome. This is my duty to humanity, so I love to do what I do. So no need to thank me. Just playing my small role here on the planet. Hi, ASIC. AI surf grew 7x on the Gate Exchange, says Taz. What's going on with the truckers in New York? What's going on? Please clue me in there. I don't know. I'm from New York, but rocking the Brooklyn. Theta increased broadband bandwidth. Let's go Bitcoin. Cheers, Randall. What up, Paula G? Solar storm occurring. Yeah, that's what they're saying. I don't believe them, of course. I never believe anything coming from the mainstream, but yeah, call it whatever you want. I think it's an orchestrated inside attack, of course. I mean, ASIC. Someone's bullish on ASICs there. Or AISC. I don't even know if that spells ASIC. I don't even know what that means. But AISC gate, whatever Taz is chiming in there. Oh, one more. Then the cell phone. Time to bug out. Bug out to Jennifer's homestead in South Carolina. You got enough land out there? I got skills, says BCD. How many times the apps get stranded when Bitcoin pumps? I held Helium phone working perfectly. Good to know, crypto. Solar storm hit the Indian Ocean. So no. What up? What the what? Truckers will stop loads to New York, says Griff. Yeah, New York is falling apart. It's a damn shame, in all my humble opinion. I think there is a war on New York, especially with the real estate sector, since they're making Trump pay this outrageous, whatever it is, $400 million fine. So I think a lot of the investors are going to get the hell out of New York because it makes no logical sense to stay there at this point. Shelves are getting empty in New York. Good Lord, Jennifer. Only 10% of the truckers are holding fast. Damn it. Passive. That's messed up, Griff. The truckers will stop the loads to the New York. Man, yeah, I don't know what's going on in New York. If I lived there, I'd get the hell out. Come to Puerto Rico or El Salvador. There's a lot of options for you guys. Checking in from Huntington Beach. Shout out to the Happy Hodler. Good to see you, family. This is dedicated to you.
Look, pump it up if your game and went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong.
Let's go. Pump it up. But anyways, fam, let's break down today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. And massive shout out to Barack Monfils Evangelista. Greatly appreciate the super. Thank you for supporting the channel. Means the world to me. So yeah, let's discuss this. Bitcoin is due a pullback around its next block subsidy halving, but the timing currently remains unclear. In his latest video, we had crypto analyst Rec Capital predict the Bitcoin price action copying the 2016 and 2020 bull runs. That's right. Bitcoin ranged within the narrow corridor for over a week with 52,000 acting as a resistance zone. While this has taken its toll on the sentiment as well as altcoin price performance, seasoned market observers maintain optimistic. That's right. Analyzing previous runs of all-time highs, Rect identified key phases common to both these market setups for the bull. Quoting him here, in the past, a macro downtrend break always precedes upside going into the halving. When we have a pre-halving retrace and then a post-halving reaccumulation period, then we go parabolic with the price action towards new all-time highs. Send it. And he shared a chart showing Bitcoin breaking its initial downward sloping trend line only to get caught in a resistance zone previously formed by it, breaking through and then retesting as support. The pre-halving retrace phase is what is missing in 2024 so far. We are going to have the same thing in this cycle, said Recht. The zone of interest when it comes to the pre-halving pullback lies at around 45 Gs, according to data from TradingView, as you can see here in the Bitcoin 1 month candle chart. The question is, are we going to retest this resistance this month in the pre-halving period? Because notice how we are never able to do that in the pre-halving period across time. And earlier he concluded Bitcoin fully entered its pre-halving run-up, now added the key price events were coming quicker this cycle than before. Now let's focus on a more of a bearish scenario for a sub 50,000 price level coming into focus, as of course analysts are always divided. So I like to share both sides. Quoting celeb here, Franzen, Bitcoin is trading at the same exact price it was 7 days ago, fluctuating between 50,600 and 53,000 for the past 7 days, with 53,000 being the top. But the lowest daily close has been 51.6. I really don't understand the panic or the bear. Victory laps. And Matthew Highland broadly agreed, noting significance of the 0.618 Fibonacci from all-time highs just above 48,000, quoting him here. If 49,000 folds, then the picture changes, but consolidation in an uptrend favors a continuation of the uptrend. So there you have it. If 49,000 folds, we'll go lower, but it looks like we're not going to drop back down to 50 in my humble opinion, and I can be wrong, but we'll see how it plays out. Family, let me know your thoughts in that live chat. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Shout out to our new moderators, including Crypto Surge and Jennifer. Greatly appreciate you supporting the show. Do you live in Puerto Rico? Asked Julie Key Largo. Yes, I've been here full-time living since 2018. It's been a minute. So what is that? 6 years. Yeah. So Puerto Rico is my home, family. Truckers protesting for Trump. I don't know, Dirty. Is that what they're doing? I was originally going to move before COVID, but then I got caught up in the mix. Damn it, mix. Damn it, mix. I see it. It sucks for New York, but those judges are out of control. They truly are. It's a damn shame. And I think they're just trying to set a precedent so they can go after anybody with illegal charges or, claiming illegal charges when he didn't do anything illegal and no one was harmed. So they can literally go after any human being, kind of like when Alex Jones got shadow banned from all of social media, it set precedent. Then Trump got banned, the Tates got banned, this person got banned, that person got banned. So we shouldn't allow it. We should stand up for it at the end of the day. We need justice. We need to restore integrity in the judicial system because it's heavily lacking right now, more so than ever. And it's a damn tragedy. The crime is ridiculous. You can't even get in the subways, says Serge. Sir Mix a lot. A month ago, we were at 38.5, so I'm still pretty bullish. Precisely. And a year ago, remember we started off 2023 at like 18,000? Let's not forget that. So 51.5 sitting pretty. Let's go. Carl, why Puerto Rico? Any crypto? Yeah, there are benefits. One of them is zero capital gains tax if you qualify and make this your primary residence and get your Act 60 decree. And the other is zero federal income taxes. Instead, we pay 4% local corporate tax. So there are tax advantages, hence why many people consider Puerto Rico the crypto mecca of the United States. Now you know.
More than 5 sats in your stack, then get it on.
If you got more than 5 sats in your stack, then get it on. Pump the likes, help pump the stream. Lots of investors are moving out to New York, or moving out of New York along with Remington. Yeah, and they're also moving the hell out of California. Probably the 2 worst states in the United States besides Washington, D.C. is going to be, of course, New York and California. So maybe you guys are going to be heading on over to the Bitcoin Citadel in Bitcoin City. What are your thoughts? JV rapping facts. I appreciate you, K-Jam. Let's go. And shout out to Little Bubble for the track. Subways are better to eat than ride. 100% with that. Nice. Moving to Puerto Rico. Cheers, Carl. Are you saying you're moving too, or are you just congratulating me on moving? Is Algorand a buy? Anyone here bullish on Algorand? I know Scaramucci is. Look back history, what happens before the halving, huge downside, and we've been on a tear, big correction coming. Yes, the people are going to lose a lot of money and the big guys are going to win. Well, the whales always win because the whales are the smart money, and the people who lose are the people that were too stupid to actually believe the mainstream and the FUD and people who are going to listen to the ECB. Oh my God, the effective value of Bitcoin is 0. I should just sell it for fiat and pray the CBDC saves me. Hell no, not here, family. Jordan, how can that be if the ETFs, what is that, 10,000 coins per day? Yeah, right now the demand in the ETF market is roughly 15x the supply, and we know the supply is about to get chopped in half in like 50-something days, so we will see a supply shock. We're pumping right now, family. We're at $400 on the day. Looks like 52 incoming. Send it, pump the likes, and let's send that mofo to the moon. Let's break 53 so we can tap 55, tap 60, enter price discovery at 69, above and beyond infinity. Let's get it. Pump it up. You got that right, Lock Sky. Good to see you, family. Moving to Dubai, safe and crypto friendly. Good to note the Ali Riza. I think Dubai is definitely a great place to be, especially for non-US citizens that are looking to, you know what I mean, get out of wherever crazy, tyrannical governments they're currently experiencing, if you know what I mean. True that, Peter. Moscow and St. Petersburg are absolutely beautiful. Shout out Russia. To the Russian fam, got my daughter buying Bitcoin now. That's what's up, Dirty. The gift that keeps on giving. Teach the generations how to preserve that generational wealth. Bitcoin being the greatest savings to ever exist in human history. You already know. I match her dollar for dollar. I love that. So for example, if she accumulates 500 in Bitcoin, you match that, give her another 500, incentivizing her to save in Bitcoin. Much respect. You deserve it. Preach, JV. Appreciate that. South Africa in the building. Shout out Sailing Fishing Twins. Good to see you, broski. I disagree. Too much institutional buying, not enough supply. Well, that's a good thing. That's hence why we're going to have a supply shock. Was on a chat this morning with some gold bugs. Was really hating Bitcoin. Go figure. I wonder why they're so hateful towards Bitcoin. You think they'd be on the same team. I think they know that the Bitcoin is going to overtake gold, and a lot of the gold bugs are going to capitulate. Even Peter Schiff will eventually sell all his gold for Bitcoin because it won't make any sense to hold gold. I'm sticking to it. What are your thoughts? I see the news. The American Banking Association is asking the SEC to allow them to get into crypto. Exactly. They want in. They want to be able to custody your Bitcoin, and that's going to create lending services so you can borrow against your Bitcoin. Only a matter of time, family. Yeah, that's the whole point. All them ETFs, the big guys are just going to take all that, and these people are going to lose their money and put their retirement into it. Come on, man. You got to see this. I agree, Jordan, and that's the main topic of today. I do also believe what Max Keiser has been preaching. If they can do this to Trump, they can absolutely seize all the Bitcoin ETF BTC. They can seize the Bitcoin miners. They can seize anything except self-custody Bitcoin. Hence, self-custody your frickin' biddies now or forever hold your peace. The buying under 50,000 will be off the hook, holding up the price. Let's go. 60,000 in a few weeks away. Send it, Surge. Offshore fishing out of Puerto Rico. Good. I wouldn't know because I'm not a fisherman, but I'm going to assume, yeah. You got to find out for yourself. Come visit. Good move, Paula. I just did the same with silver, says Daddy O. Good stuff. Sold a little gold last week and bought more non-ETF Bitcoin. Smart, Paula. Music to my ears.
Had the people on my back to get a song. Red broke, have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb.
Whoop. I am 2.95 of a Bitcoin from dollar cost averaging. Thanks for the dip market. Go ahead and do it again, and I'll own a full Bitcoin. Congratulations, VZ. Love to hear that. Spot on, sister, says Peter, and I can help anyone come to Russia. I have now deep connection in Russia. I make immigration to Russia less painful. Good to note, Peter. We appreciate your support as an ambassador. They took the money from Russia. Yeah, they can take anything, specifically if you commit a felony in the land of the free. Facts, family. It's like, I mean, it's not innocent until proven guilty is pretty much how they treated the Tates, which is guilty until proven innocent. Unfortunately, they're still on house arrest, so it is what it is. But anyways, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss the latest with the Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, my bad, the Ethereum ETF, which is on a lot of people's minds right now. The headline reads, Coinbase argues for spot Ethereum ETFs as analysts warn of concentration risks. Here you go. The U.S. crypto exchange Coinbase, which is the largest exchange here in the States, has stood firmly behind Grayscale and its application to convert its Ethereum trust into a spot Ether traded product, which ultimately exchange traded product, with one of its key arguments being that Ether is not a security. Well, what would Gary Gensler have to say to that? On February 22nd, Coinbase's legal chief officer, Paul, shared the firm's 27-page letter outlining the legal, technical, and economic rationale from the SEC on why they should approve an Ether-based exchange-traded product. Coinbase made 5 major arguments, including that Ether is appropriately classified as a commodity, not a security, as reflected by the US SEC's approval of ETH futures statements by SEC officials and court rulings. Massive shout out to Lock Sky. He just gifted 5 MicroStrategy memberships to the channel. So I want to say congratulations to Rocky Gould, Freddie Krueger from Elm Street, DNA Noonan, Pharrell Fox, and Wayne G. You have all been hooked up. Welcome as a member of the channel, and please shout out Lock Sky for blessing you guys with the free membership. We greatly appreciate your support, Lock Sky. You're the man, family. Much love. Much respect. Back to our story. Moreover, the SEC had not objected to the CFTC's treatment of ETH as a commodity. Here's what they stated. Our letter lays out what anyone knows who has paid even the slightest bit of attention to the subject. ETH is not a security. He wrote on X before adding, in fact, before and after the merge, the SEC, the CFTC, and the market have treated ETH not as a security, but as a commodity. Additionally, Ethereum's proof-of-stake consensus has demonstrably strong governance that exhibits robust characteristics across ownership concentration, consensus liquidity, and governance, mitigating risks of fraud and manipulation. Now, I kind of coin it a different way, my perception at least, when they switched from proof of work to proof of stake. To me, it made it seem Ethereum was going to be deemed by the regulators a unregistered security because staking creates yield, and they targeted all the yield programs like the Gemini yield program, I think it was called Gemini Earn, and all the others. So it makes you wonder. Now, also, we have to think maybe the Ethereum founders are just working with the SEC, the government, the regulators, and who knows behind the scenes, and they may get a pass. You never know, because it seems BlackRock, Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, seems to get everything he wants, and he has already stated on TV that they're coming for the Ethereum next. So you tell me what you think. The letter's second argument states the SEC's approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs applies equally, if not more strongly, to an Ethereum ETP. Market data shows ETH ownership and trading activity are very dispersed, with high liquidity and tight spreads indicative of an efficient and mature market. Now, also consider ETH has been pumping, so maybe the insiders already know we could potentially get an Ethereum ETF later this year. What are your thoughts on that? Moreover, the ETH futures ETFs are similar products to spot Ethereum-based funds, so it would be arbitrary for the SEC to approve one but not the other, given their tight correlation, according to Coinbase. The firm also argued that the tech and operational security mechanisms inherent in Ethereum's blockchain significantly limits ETH's susceptibility to fraud and manipulation. Additionally, the asset's market depth, tightness, and spreads and price correlation across spot markets are highly indicative of a market that is resilient to fraud and manipulation. And finally, Coinbase noted it has sophisticated market surveillance to monitor trading on its platforms and in agreement with the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which is the CME. The letter was filed in response to a proposed rule change filed by NYSE Arca to list the trade shares of the Grayscale Ethereum Trust as an Ethereum ETP. The SEC procedurally requests comments on proposed rule changes to get feedback from the public before making a decision. And quoting Nate Gerasi, Coinbase now out here campaigning for a spot Ether ETF approval. Number 1, ETH equals a commodity. 2, SEC approved spot Bitcoin ETFs, also approved Ether futures ETFs. Number 3, ETH not susceptible to fraud and manipulation tech-wise. 4, deep spot ETH markets. And 5, CME ETH futures market SSA. Love to see it. So what are your thoughts, family? And regarding this being a concentration risk, I'm going to quote, let's see here, Managing Director Andrew O'Neill, who stated, the participation of institutional custodians could reduce the current concentration on the Lido decentralized staking protocol. However, it may also introduce new concentration risks, particularly if a single entity is chosen to stake the bulk of Ether included in these ETFs. So there you have it, my crypto fam. What's your prediction? Ethereum ETF this year in 2024, yay or nay? Holla at your boy in the live chat. Just got the day off. Shout out Dankness. Good to see you, family. Good to hear you got the day off too, man. Time to celebrate. That's messed up. No wonder we are deficit. It is so damn high. Yeah, only like 34 trillion. Taxes suck. You know what really sucks about taxes is the fact it's like, you know, it's kind of like spitting in our face because they can just print unlimited amounts of money. So considering they can print unlimited amounts of money, do they really need your few $1,000s in taxes being paid at the end of the year, right? It makes it virtually very difficult for anyone to get ahead because you got to pay taxes and everyone pays taxes on the same money multiple times. It's like you get taxed on that money and then it goes to this person. They get taxed on that money, goes to this person. You get taxes. Eventually you'll just be breathing air. You're going to get taxed on that money. It's just or taxed on that air, I should say. The JV, good afternoon, brother. How are you? I'm doing good. Freddie W, let's get it. DJ Polarizer, what to do? No ETFs for me. Hold your Bitcoin. Be your own bank. Preach, Peter. That's the way to get it. All these doom and gloom clickbait titles. Ain't no doom and gloom. This is very real. Self-custody your Bitcoin, because if you're invested in a Bitcoin ETF, the government has the power in the name of national security to seize it. If you don't believe that, man, stick around and find out. Good morning, Crypto Surge. That's Carrie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. ETH ETF at the endish of the year. Run ETH up after Bitcoin hits the all-time high, predicts Griff. I appreciate your thoughts there. 100,000 Bitcoin. 10K ETH before 2025. Send it. I agree. I'm pretty confident ETH will smash 10,000 easy peasy this cycle. More bullish target would be 20,000. We'll see if Bitcoin hits my bearish target of 222,000 or more the bullish target at 500,000 for the cycle peak. That will depend upon where ETH goes, as well as a rising tide rises all ships. You already know. What it do? Well, they have carbon taxes in some places. There you go. That's what I was looking for, those words, Daddy-O. Into the structure, there is run Bitcoin if it has a mega price. I have a side bet if you are on the water or kombucha today. Just saying. Today, no kombucha, just the water family. It is what it is. Sometimes the kombucha too early, I get like burps and I'd be burping and it's annoying. You know what I mean? When you see JV pull back and always going like this, I don't want to burp into the mic. So today, strictly water. But that is funny. You have side bets going on whether JV is going to drink kombucha or water. Hilarious. The only cross-border payment I see when I cross the border and get taxed. Tell him, T-Man. But anyways, fam, keep the comments coming. Pump the likes to pump the stream. Greatly appreciate that. But let's dive into our next story of the day. An update from Scam Bankman-Fried. That's right. And also, March next month is going to be his sentencing trial. But we do know they already dropped like 6 of the 7 charges against him. Maxine Waters blowing him kisses. We love you, Sam. You can't make the ish up. But anyways, here's the latest headline. Sam Bankman-Fried is back in court, waives conflict of interest for the lawyers. And I'm sure you guys saw the picture that was surfacing all across social media with his little gang in prison that was shared, I think it was 2 days ago. Former FTX CEO Bankman-Fried returned to the courtroom for one of the first times since his conviction to address potential conflicts of interest in his lawyers. According to a February 21st report from the Inner City Press, Bankman-Fried waived his right to conflict-free legal representation with lawyers Mark McCasey and Tori Young. The 2 attorneys filed notices of appearance with both SBF and former Celsius CEO Alex Mashinsky, who took similar action in a February 20th hearing. The courtroom appearance in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District in New York marked one of the first times Bankman-Fried had been seen outside of jail since a jury convicted the former FTX CEO of 7 felony counts in November of last year. SBF's life behind bars has been mainly out of the media spotlight, but on February 19th, photos surfaced showing the former FTX CEO with other inmates. And maybe if I click this link, I can just show you real quick in case you missed the memo. Let's see if I can find it. Is it in here? Did they put? Yeah, here it is. So yeah, SBF joined the gang in prison. This is crazy. So I think that lady Tiffany shared this. I guess she knew one of these inmates that leaked the photo, but you can see Bankman-Fried, definitely the most, I'd say, skinniest. He lost a lot of weight, but these other guys looking kind of jacked, at least the guy right next to him. But anyways, that was the photo of Bankman-Fried that just got leaked a couple of days ago and was sharing all over on X. So according to, let's see here, Inner City Press, these lawyers, in contrast, we now have Christian Everdell and Mark Cohen, who represented the former FTX CEO at his criminal trial. They're going to withdraw. Bankman-Fried is scheduled to appear before Judge Lewis Kaplan for sentencing March 28th, roughly a month out, fam. Bankman-Fried, once considered by many the golden boy of the crypto space, the Michael Jordan of crypto, stepped down as CEO of FTX in November 2022. The firm filed bankruptcy. As we all know, the rest is history. SBF was held in custody in the Bahamas until his extradition in the U.S., where he was later charged and convicted for fraud related to the handling of funds between FTX and Alameda Research. Yeah, so he lost $10 billion of investor funds. Good Lord, I think it was the biggest fraud in human history. After his October 2023 trial, SBF was initially expected to face 5 additional felony charges in March, but reports from December suggest the prosecutors plan not to proceed. I wonder why. With the second trial citing public interest, Bankman-Fried's defense team is expected to submit sentencing recommendations by February 27th. So the $1 million question, I guess, becomes, what do you think his punishment is going to be? And do you think he could potentially get pardoned by the likes of a Joe Biden, who he was the second largest donor of for the Democratic Party when he ran? I think number one was Soros, number two was Bankman-Fried. Let me know your thoughts. Welcome everyone joining the stream. Aren't SBS parents professors at Stanford Law? Something like that. Exactly. His parents were ethics professors. Go figure. I threw a few $100 in stacks on Bitcoin. Hope for the best. Congratulations, fam. Let's go. Yeah, man. SBF sentences trial is bullish. Even better, says Robbie. SBF is in a jail cell together with Juan Orlando Hernandez, the ex-president of Honduras. Hernandez is charged with 2,700 kilos of cocaine charges, conspiracy and weapons charges. Both might get life. Good Lord. Yeah, I'm just very skeptical that Bankman-Fried will get life. I think he has too many friends in the higher ups, if you know what I mean. But they can't just do nothing. It'll make it look bad. No one will respect the justice system. So I think he's going to get sentenced and hypothetically gets pardoned. Instead of them pardoning Julian Assange, which should be pardoned, they'll probably pardon the criminal. But let me know your thoughts. SBF needs to pump some weights. I know if you're in jail, all JV would be doing is freaking push-ups. I'd be doing the Tate, 5,000 push-ups per day. What else are you going to do? Meditation, stretching, and push-ups. What else do you do in jail? Just saying. SBF equals the cell pong, pretty much. SBF is a patsy. I agree 100% with that, Steven. Hey, JV, good afternoon, fam. How are you? Doing fantastic. Good to see you, broski. Push-ups and burpees. There you go, Dankness. You got to use that time for a positive one way or another, not just waste your life in a cell trading mackerel. Just saying, the new currency. If your carbon credits are lower than they expect, do you get money for not using all your carbon credits? Who knows, Griff? SBF paid them in mackerel. Pretty much. Holy mackerel. Life is a long time for a kid, regardless. Preach. He's not necessarily a kid, but young man. I'll give you that, Robbie. But yeah, obviously, no one wants to be there in jail. Pump the likes to pump SBF's arms. I mean, SBF, bro, you got to be doing something to get some muscle on you, bro. You can't just go throughout life, especially in a prison cell, without lifting weights, doing some push-ups, doing some squats, doing some sit-ups. But hey, he lost weight. Do you think he's still getting Adderall snuck in, or how do you think he's handling the drug addictions? Let me know. But yeah, how's everyone? How are you doing? Hey, JV, good afternoon, brother. Good to see you, Jeff. Freddie, appreciate you, man. Compared to me, says Robbie. Let's ask Sailor. Yeah, man, I mean, what's the second best? Sailor, are you here?
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
You already know, family. But anyways, let's dive into our next story of the day. We still got a lot to share. We shared the latest with the SBF update. Now for the big story with the ECB FUD, which kind of shocked me when I read this. I'm going to start here with what Balchunas tweeted. The European Central Bank woke up and chose violence, says Bitcoin has failed on its promise, its fair value is still zero, causes environmental damage, and is a market for snake oil salesmen, says ETF rally is just a dead cat bounce. And yeah, that's mind-boggling if you're to ask me. So I responded, wow, FAC, the ECB, who actually cares what they think. Bitcoin makes them obsolete. And I'm actually going to read the actual article published on the European Central Bank website. This is not a joke. They're actually being real here, which is mind-boggling. Plan B responded, the European Central Bank is literally run by a fraud-convicted criminal, referring to Christine Lagarde. Bitcoin is recognized by the largest global asset managers like BlackRock and Fidelity as the best performing asset. ETFs give investors better access to this superior asset, regardless of central bank FUD and lies. And here's the receipts. This is an article published by The Guardian. Christine Lagarde avoids jail, keeps job after guilty verdict in negligence trial. I wonder why. And in this independent headline, it says Christine Lagarde convicted, IMF head found guilty of criminal charges over massive government payout. That's because you need to know the higher they are, right, the more corrupt they are. All of these mofos are criminals. The Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, the Janet Yellens, the Gary Genslers, the Jay Powells, just saying. But the best part was the fact check corrected the FUD from the European Central Bank. And so let me show you the actual tweet. They wrote, Bitcoin failed to become a global decentralized digital currency, instead falling victim to fraud and manipulation. The recent approval of the ETF doesn't change the fact that Bitcoin is costly, slow, and inconvenient. And check this out. Number one, Bitcoin is not preferable for criminals. Fiat is, like the euro and dollars. Number two, Bitcoin is an open monetary protocol that is decentralized store of value. Number three, the euro is losing its purchasing power against Bitcoin constantly. Number four, Bitcoin is good for the environment. So take that, ECB mofos. You know what I mean? And in fact, why even give them the benefit of the doubt? I'm not going to read their story. I'm just going to read one of the quoted from their story that Balchunas pointed out. On January 10th, the U.S. SEC approved spot. This is coming directly from the ECB. They approved the ETFs for Bitcoin. For disciples, the formal approval confirms Bitcoin investments are safe, and the preceding rally is proof of an unstoppable triumph. We disagree with both claims and reiterate that the fair value of Bitcoin is still zero. For society, a renewed boom-bust cycle of Bitcoin is a dire perspective, and the collateral damage will be massive, including the environmental damage and the ultimate redistribution of wealth at the expense of the less sophisticated. Can you say they're scared? I love it personally. That just shows their hand that they're perceiving Bitcoin as a direct threat, because the reality is Bitcoin separates money from the state. And as Max likes to say, Bitcoin kills the state. So let's get it, family. What are your thoughts with the ECB FUD? Let me know, fam. I'm going to read these comments out loud before we dive into our next story of the day as Bitcoin continues to pump, now up 700 on the day. Congratulations to all my whole coiners, up $700 today. Let's go. I bought VeChain on Coinbase, says BCD 2020. Darth Melda, what it do? Let him out and let the streets take care of him. I'm with you on that, Adam. You're referring to SBF, obviously, I hope. I'm in a doctor's office. I'm still buying. K? That's what's up, VZ. Do what it do. JV, did you hear that a lot of the countries have already broken the all-time high in Bitcoin due to inflation? Yeah, we've covered that sometime. I think last week on the show, like 7 nations, their currency is at all-time high. For example, the Australian dollar, I think, hit $80,000 per Bitcoin. Maybe not the all-time high. It was probably higher back when we hit the peak in 2021. But nonetheless, many of these countries, Bitcoin's breaking out at all-time highs for that reason, due to inflation of the dollar, which is a precursor of what's going to happen to the US dollar, in my humble opinion. Slander is the weapon of the week. 100% with you on that. Cape Cod lifestyles, you already know. What's the fees in Coinbase? High. So check out PrimeXBT, especially for the international audience. FYI. XRP any good? What do you guys think? Please answer that for me, family, for greatness. Good question, greatness. I'm going to let the fam handle that today. Bankers/pro equals bankers. Exactly. Bitcoin is a superior technology over gold. Whoever doesn't adopt new tech is out. Ask Kodak or Nokia. Preach. Powerful words there, family. My Bitcoin seed phrase is now under the care of the Nigerian prince. Wow, you just got off the phone with him. And y'all said I needed a coal wallet. Suckers. Greg, that's hilarious. Just want to say thanks for all the time you spend doing videos. Time is the most precious commodity. Thank you, Griff. And I agree. The most valuable asset on the planet is your time. Time is more valuable than Bitcoin, because time can never not only not be recovered. Once it's gone forever. At least with Bitcoin, you can always buy some more at a higher price later. You can't buy back your time. So value your precious time. It is the most valuable asset, hands down. XRP is dead since 2020. Yep, since Jay Clayton launched the lawsuit against Ripple Labs, it's been pretty dead in the water. Serge says XRP is whack. Jennifer says XRP is government controlled. Well, of course, this is the technology for the bridge currency for the rollout of the CBDCs, which are the central bank digital currencies, which they will use to enslave humanity. And the only way to fight against it and to unplug from their corrupt matrix is Bitcoin, which is the antidote to the CBDCs and the XRP. Hence, go long Bitcoin and hodl self-custody. You already know. These bad people do not realize karma is real. Well, yeah, they probably don't believe in karma, obviously. They have different belief systems. What is it about the government seizing all the Bitcoin miners? We're going to hop into that here shortly, as that's the feature story of the day. I'm going to be sharing that. XRP to $1 by 2150. Oh, my God. You guys. Still money gets into Gaza, though, through Bitcoin. Go figure. Well, no one can stop Bitcoin, fam. Why buy anything else than Bitcoin? The Bitcoin button is right there. That's right. So pump the likes to pump the Bitcoin price. And let's retap 52 here shortly during the live stream, family. Let's all buy Bitcoin and tell that yes from the EU. F you. Yeah, let's tell them exactly what Bukele told the IMF. You know what I mean? F the IMF. Shove it. There's no second best. Everything else is a gamble. Bitcoin is number one. Sailor agrees.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
XR, I gotta pee. Never heard of her. There you go. XRP, $18.30 by 2027, says David Rogers. Thank you for sharing, David. Welcome to the stream. Barak, cheers. We know XRP's trajectory into ISO 20022 as a standard rail system in Europe. We can make money off of XRP. Yeah, you could have also made money investing in Keiser, but what good is that if you know they're ultimately doing things to destroy humanity? And I got to remember I'm on YouTube, so I got to be careful what I say here. Vena, Legita, there's plenty of other ways to make money instead of making money off the back of crippling humans or enslaving humans. So figure out another way to make money. Why support your oppressors? That's like keeping all your money at JP Morgan Chase, knowing he's a criminal, knowing he's an enemy of Bitcoin, even though he's partnered with BlackRock. They're, an AP authorized participant. They're still fighting Bitcoin because he's an enemy of Bitcoin. So why support your enemies? Why support your oppressors? That's my question for you guys today. How much will XRP be in this bull run? It's a great question. What do you guys think? Greatness. Let me know. Sell all alts and buy Bitcoin and we all win, says JK. Pretty much. I'm with you on that. XRP is the gateway to the CBDC. I won't buy it because I won't be controlled by the government. I'm with you on that, Jennifer. It's the bankers' coin. Bankers love it. Anything bankers love, I don't like. Notice how the ECB, the European Central Bank, don't like Bitcoin. Why do you think I love it? Anything they don't like, I like. Anything they like, I dislike because I dislike my oppressors. F them. What do you guys think? Facts. XRP is the banker's coin and decentralized. Centralized, not decentralized. Correct. Facts. And have you noticed XRP has been dumping vast amounts of XRP into the market, suppressing the price? Is this all intelligently designed this way? What are your thoughts? Why does the Chase logo look like a swastika? Probably because they're correlated in one way or the other. And study logos, study symbology. Symbology is actually the oldest language on the planet. It'll tell you a lot. You know what I mean? We can all buy ish coins after Bitcoin moons and block reward. Exactly, Jack Ono. Carrie, it's a morality thing. Do the research, please. There you go, Carrie. But anyways, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day. Discuss this bullish $150,000 Bitcoin price target by Tom Lee. And that's for this year in 2024. And then we'll dive into the ETF endgame and the latest from Max Keiser, talking about the U.S. government seizing the Bitcoin miners in the Bitcoin ETF BTC and his $500,000 price prediction he recently shared. So pump the likes to pump the stream. Welcome everyone on the show. And shout out to the mascot in the background doing his thing, the one and only Nipponata. Yeah, man. So yeah, the headline reads 150,000 Bitcoin price target on the table for this year, according to Fundstrat's Tom Lee. Here's why. Fundstrat's Tom Lee says a myriad of positive catalysts are setting up to most likely push Bitcoin to much higher prices by the end of this year. In a new interview on CNBC, he says the looser monetary policy, the Bitcoin halving, and the decreased demand stemming from new spot Bitcoin ETFs are putting upwards pressure on Bitcoin. Lee says 150,000 per coin is not out of the realm, a possibility for this year. Quoting him here, I think it could be as high as $150,000 this year. Send it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with him. Because you've got demand improving with the ETF and you have the supply shrinking with the halving. And if monetary eases, which we expect, that's supportive of risk assets and Bitcoin's holding up. It is another reason why I don't think a drawdown is going to start that soon. I mean, Bitcoin's been rallying the last couple of weeks. Preach. Lee also notes that many of the popular criticisms of Bitcoin are not founded on solid ground, such as the idea that it's used by criminals or that it's a weapon of choice for fraud. That's right. We know it's ECB fraud because, again, Bitcoin separates money from state, and then Bitcoin kills the state, and they don't want to be killed. Bottom line, quoting him here, it is sound money, and I think it's proving to be useful. It's been a great store of value, the greatest. It has been a good risk asset, the greatest. It's also incredibly secure, the securest. There hasn't been a single fraudulent entry on the blockchain since its inception. Let that sink in. I don't think any bank can say that is true for their profits and loss and accounting. 6% of banking transactions are suspicious, 0% on the Bitcoin blockchain. Preach. And to watch the interview, Thomas Lee did projecting 150,000 this year on CNBC. Check the show notes below the video in the description. And let me know your thoughts, family. I'm going to read more comments out loud before we dive into our featured story of the day as Nipsey gets comfortable, Nippinator under the blanket. That's a good buy signal, just FYI. If you don't know, now you know. Nipsey coin to the moon. Send it. Why you got to say RIP Nip? Oh, Nip Hustle. Yeah. Nipsey was named after Nip Hustle, so shout out Nipsey. And also rest in peace to Dr. Sebi. Nipsey Hussle was working on a documentary, and on that, incredible doctor who is known to cure all major diseases. You got to look into that. I can't really dive deeper into it because we're on YouTube, but you can look that up. Bitcoin is starting to pump it up.
Pump it up.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. I feel lit today, man. Can you feel it? Nipsey coin should be on the markets by now, JB. I know, Jennifer. But you know how it is. Gary watches the show and he'll just deem Nipsey coin an unregistered security and shut down crypto news alerts. That's probably what would happen. So can't have a Nipsey coin, unfortunately. I take CMOS, me too, every day. I have the liquid CMOS I put under the tongue. Bada boom, bada bing. It's great because it has the majority of all the minerals that you need for your body all in one thing, and it's a superfood. A lot of the superfoods come from the sea, believe it or not. You're killing me with that sailor impression. Which sailor impression are we talking about? There's so many. Wombology. What is that? Is that another altcoin? I got to get some. It says greatness. You got to get it. Get it while it's hot.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Wow, it'll be the most scarce coin there is. It'll be one coin, but it'll be divisible by 20 trillion. That's what the altcoins love to do, the meme coins. There's going to be an infinite supply. Yeah, put it on Uniswap. Maybe we'll have to, we'll see. It's up to Nipsey at the end of the day. He makes his own, makes his own decisions. I believe in freedom. I let him choose what he wants to do. If he wants to create a coin, we may create it.
Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that.
Kramer?
He said, we bought more bags, till we got a sword back.
CMOS, burdock root, I take that as well. Black seed oil, I take that as well. I own a lot of Tesebi. Thank you for mentioning him. You're very welcome. In fact, one of my mom's Christmas presents for Christmas was the Dr. Sebi Bible, which is a collection of all his books compiled into one. I'm a huge fan. I've been following Dr. Sebi and his family for a very long time. And I also believe in natural holistic health as, a lot of herbs are medicine for us. And of course, doctors don't prescribe things there's no patents on. So it is what it is. Like, we're on YouTube. I'll shut up. If it was real, it would be lit. I harvest seaweed. Nice. And sea asparagus. Beautiful. Every spring and fall. So good for you. Good for you, Carrie. Thanks for sharing that. I got some back from my bags. They're getting so heavy. JV, look up Viva Raw. Food for Nipsey, meat and organs. Thank you. I'll look up Viva Raw. I appreciate the suggestion there. I was actually looking to put Nipsey on some new food anyways. 51.7, we're continuing to pump the likes, to pump the stream. We greatly appreciate that, family. Let's pump it up.
Can't short your dork, we can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come, we should have bought that. Yeah.
Woohoo! Make super terrific dollar coin. STD coin. That'd be hilarious. I think the CBDC is that coin, STD coin. Chairman Gensler may be planning his next move with Jamie Dimon. Go figure. Bitcoin is pumping it up, gone up to 51.7. That's right. We're going to tap 52 during today's Q&A. Why not? Pump the likes to pump the stream, family. I appreciate it. Goat milk for you cat lovers. Yes, goat milk is the bomb diggity. I don't like dairy, but if it comes from a goat, it's healthy. I'll eat goat cheese. I'll drink goat milk. In Costa Rica, when I lived there, we had the farmers deliver us fresh goat milk and goat cheese right to our door. It was like the old school. You ever watch I Love Lucy? You know what I mean? There was a milkman delivering the milk jugs. Well, not cow milk, goat milk. Next level, man. Rise to the top, fam. We have it in us. Trust and believe in yourself. You can accomplish anything you believe in. Facts. Preach, K-Jam. A lot of people have to hear that. Truth. You know, STD would pump for a minute. Yeah, most of the population probably has them. So they'd be like, whoa. PTLPTS. I don't know what that stands for. Go to 55,000. Next, Bitcoin. Send it, VZ. Awesome that you're feeding your dog like that. Make sure it is organic and non-GMO. Preach, JD Club. Appreciate it. I can keep a few bags for you. OpenAI. Man. I've been watching WorldCoin soar. It looks like, I think that's the OpenAI guy. Is that Altman? I just don't trust anyone with the last name Bankman or Altman. It just sounds sus to me. I'm just saying. New game, buy Bitcoin every time JV says something. I like that, Jack Ono. That'd probably be a pretty good experiment. What do you guys think? Dave Chappelle was a milkman on one of his skits. I remember that. What was the name? Shout out Chappelle. We need antibiotic coin for the SDD coin. You guys are a trip. But anyways, family, now let's dive into our featured story of the day and discuss the ETF endgame. As per Max Keiser, he predicts a 1987-like market crash, foresees the Bitcoin price surpassing $500,000 per coin. Send it. And he also says that the Bitcoin ETFs and domestic miners will get seized by the U.S. government. That's right. As you can see here in this headline, but I actually want to start with some tweets. The other day, breaking news, New York Attorney General says she may seize Trump's buildings and assets if he can't pay that fraudulent $355 million penalty. Max responded, if they can do this to Donald Trump, they can certainly seize Bitcoin held in Bitcoin ETFs and commandeer U.S. Bitcoin miners. Self-custody or lose it. Now, sage advice, and I must point out that Bitcoin ETF is not equivalent to self-custodied Bitcoin. One of them is confiscatable and the other is not. If you trust your government, you don't have to worry about that. However, I would say if you're a Bitcoiner, you more than likely lost trust in your government decades ago. What are your thoughts, family? Now, as I wrote here in response to Max Keiser's tweet, but let me read the tweet first. This was off the back of the tweet from the Kibisi letter. So we'll start here. This was posted yesterday, February 21st. The top 10% stocks in the US now reflect 75% of the entire market. This by far is the most concentrated stock market since the Great Depression in 1931. In the dot-com bubble of 2001, concentration of the top 10% of the stocks peaked at 72%. Even prior to the 2008 financial crisis, concentration of the top 10% of the stocks peaked at 66%. On average, the top 10% of the stocks reflect 64% of the entire stock market. Is a correction overdue? Can you nod your head? Hell yes. What are your thoughts? So Max tweeted, 1987 style crash coming. Bitcoin, the ultimate safe haven, will soar past 500,000 per coin. 500,000 biddy. Send it. Gold will continue getting demonetized by Bitcoin. Bitcoin ETFs and domestic Bitcoin miners, meaning those in the US, will get seized by that US government, which everybody loves, right? Not. 1 million middle and upper class migrants will flood into El Salvador. So there you have it. The high priest has spoken. I responded off the back of Max. $500,000 Bitcoin. Send it. Agreed. U.S. government will seize all the Bitcoin ETF because they are corrupt mofos and they can get away with it in the name of national security. Remember, folks, Bitcoin ETF is not self-custodied BTC. There you go. He also wrote there was a limit on central banks debasing a country's currency without hyperinflation until all the central banks started debasing simultaneously to transfer global wealth to the neo-feudal class. Then, February 2022, Russia said, no more. Got Bitcoin? Well, do you? Let me know, family. But now I actually want to read you this article on the back of what Max Keiser predicted. So here we go. Max said in the tweet, as I read to you, 1987 style crash coming. Bitcoin, the ultimate safe haven, is going to soar past 500,000, while gold will continue to be demonetized by the apex predator, BTC. The media personality also suggested that the Bitcoin ETFs and domestic Bitcoin mining operations might face governmental seizure in the US. As I pointed out to you, Max then made a projection about El Salvador, visualizing a scenario where the country would become the sanctuary for a wave of 1 million middle and upper class migrants. 1 million middle and upper class migrants will flood into El Salvador. What are your thoughts on that? Shout out to Max for being an ambassador to El Salvador. His tweets were in response to the report highlighting extreme market imbalance, which I read to you from the KBC letter, which showed statistics. The top 10% of the stocks in the US are currently reflecting approximately 75% of the total market value. What can go wrong there? This level of concentration has not been seen since the Great Depression. Facts, with Keiser drawing parallels to the dot-com bubble in a period leading up to the 2008 financial crisis, which is what birthed Bitcoin in the Genesis block in 2009. It was the 08 financial crisis. So shout out to Satoshi. Why it matters. In a follow-up tweet, Keiser alerted his followers to brace for a severe market meltdown, evoking the memory of Black Monday from October 19th, 1987. So JV here was only 4 years old. How about you guys? The dark day when the markets plunged, erasing 1.71 trillion in value globally. So there you go, man. I mean, doom and gloom. I know some of you guys, they're not really going to seize any Bitcoin, but I think the bigger picture is, what if they did in the name of national security? Because you know they have the right to do so. If you read the fine print with the ETFs and with Coinbase, currently Coinbase is custodying over 1 million Bitcoin, meaning Coinbase ultimately has as much Bitcoin as Satoshi himself. Now, the way and how fast that the asset managers are collecting Bitcoin through the spot ETFs right now should be alarming, because BlackRock already has like over 200,000 Bitcoin. Only took them 1 month. So think about it. BlackRock just achieved what it took MicroStrategy 4 years to accomplish, right? MicroStrategy being the first publicly traded company to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. In 4 years, they accumulated 190,000 Bitcoin. They spent roughly $6 billion in dollar cost averaging Bitcoin over time, virtually buying all the tops, but still winning. And their stash is now worth roughly $10 billion, giving them roughly $4 billion in unrealized profits. Now, BlackRock's come along in 1 month and surpass that, which is mind-boggling. And they're just getting started. The ETF inflows right now are roughly 15x the daily issuance being awarded to the miners. There is going to be a Bitcoin halving occurring in 50-something days. So that is going to turn into 50x the supply. And that's just from the top ETF managers on the planet. That doesn't take into account retail. Now consider this. Previous Bitcoin halvings like 2020, 2016, and 2012, 100% retail. No institutions, no institutional FOMO, no BlackRocks. In fact, a while back, Mr. Lawrence Fink, the CEO of the largest asset manager in the world, said, Bitcoin's an index for money laundering. Well, guess what? Now he's on board. Now they're stacking sats like there ain't no tomorrow, and they're going to come after all your Bitcoin. They're going to get as much Bitcoin as they can. Here's the silver lining. 80% of the Bitcoin supply is currently in the hands of the long-term hodlers. So shout out to all the long-term hodlers out there, meaning regardless of the price, many of you will never depart with your Bitcoin because you're the smart money, right? You know better. Once you give your Bitcoin to BlackRock, you're never going to get it back. They're never going to sell. They're going to dominate the market, eventually have millions of Bitcoin. There's going to be a massive supply shock. Right now, Coinbase, I mentioned they're custodying BlackRock's Bitcoin from the ETF as well as GBTC, hence why they have over 1 million in their reserves. However, the available supply is at the lowest levels we have seen on the exchanges in like 9 years. There's going to be a supply shock and a demand shock this year. And once you start to calculate not only the institutional FOMO, which is again about to be roughly 25 to 30x the daily issuance after the halving, but also retail, which led the previous all-time high to 69,000. Nation state adoption. Countries like El Salvador and Bukele accumulating like madmen. MicroStrategy is going to continue accumulating. Right now, they currently have roughly 1% of the circulating supply. Their goal is to have 5% of the circulating supply, which means they're looking to accumulate 1 million Bitcoin, not just stopping at 200,000. And what about other Michael Saylors that come along and other publicly traded companies that want to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet? What happens when the kingdom of Saudi Arabia smash buys, you know what I mean, billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, or Qatar Sovereign Wealth Fund, currently valued at $500 billion, converts some of that or all of that into Bitcoin? What happens then? What happens when more nation state adoption occurs and game theory continues playing out across the world, just like we're seeing in the ETF markets? Yeah, we have 11 ETFs launched on January 11th officially in the US. But what happens when we get the ETF out of Hong Kong, which is going to be soon? What happens when we get the ETFs out of El Salvador and other countries around the world? You already know, family, I can see 500,000 occurring. That's why it's my bullish target for this cycle. I'll repeat myself, what I shared earlier. My bearish hypothesis for this cycle peak in 2025 is 222,222. And my bull scenario, the bull, is 500,000 per coin, which is right in alignment with what Max Keiser just shared. And I agree with him. I don't trust our government. They're shady mofos. I don't trust BlackRock. I never will. So therefore, note that anything not self-custodied as far as Bitcoin is concerned can be confiscated and taken away from you in the name of national security and be replaced with a CBDC. So with that being shared, fam, let me know your thoughts in the live chat. And let me check the live chat here. My son was visiting from Dallas and he just went back today. I was talking to him about bugging out the city and making certain preparations in case of the SHTF. Hope y'all are taking precautions. What city are you in, BCD? One Satoshi will be worth 10 million. Send it. Fiat for Bitcoin is a ripoff. Precisely, why would you trade the apex predator for a superior Ponzi scheme that is reminiscent of tulip bulbs, tulip mania? No, thank you. Predictions on when the supply runs out. I am thinking it runs out summertime this year sometime. I honestly don't know what month or day, or I call it out, but it's going to happen. It's inevitable. They cannot continue stacking sats at the way they are with very limited supply. And as I mentioned, 80% of the supply is currently in the hands of long-term hodlers. It don't matter what the price is. People like me and you will never sell to BlackRock, right? It's about sending a message. And that's the message. HODL fam, HODL gang, HODL gang, HODL gang. You know what I mean? Predictions on, yeah, so that's that. There's a finite supply of Bitcoin in El Salvador. The finite supply of citizenships, you get El Salvador at the price you deserve. Good point, Juan Romero. Cheers to that. I can't wait to visit the Bitcoin Citadel. JV and the fam, in the face of the alarming prospect of the government seizure, any ideas on hiding the seed phrase except in the head? Self-custody it any way you can. I mean, there's a ton of different options, so I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do because thy enemy is watching. But you know what I'm saying? Just be smart about it. There's ways to self-custody which make it impossible for your Bitcoin to be seized. That's why one Bitcoin is equivalent to $51,651 right now. It's unconfiscatable. And people don't trust their government. It's incorruptible. They can just print unlimited dollars. Well, they can't print more Bitcoin, and that scares the shit out of them. Hence why they're fudding Bitcoin, calling it, it's only used for illicit activity, and whatever the ECB and Christine Lagarde and their criminals are saying right now. F them all. The supply will never run out, just get way more expensive. Soon you'll be able to use your Bitcoin as collateral to get a loan for a large asset you want to purchase. Facts, Carrie. That's why the banks want to custody the Bitcoin. Makes perfect sense. What are your thoughts? Holla. Chicago. Great advice as always. Thank you, Syed. Shout out to my family in the Shaw City. I have some great ideas for hiding the seed phrase. Unfortunately, I can't share that info here. Start with a titanium plate and punch your phrase on it. Good. Don't tell people publicly how to do it because thy enemy is always watching. In fact, Gary Gensler's in the stream right now. So for what it's worth. You guys are awesome, by the way. Shout out Matt Baker. Mooncat, get a metal card, be creative with hiding it. Also, I mean, people have said before, you can take a Recovery seed phrase, hypothetically say it's a 24-word one, and you can put 12 of the words somewhere you feel is safe, and you can put the other 12 words in a totally different location which you feel is safe. Just an idea. Not saying I recommend that or not, but that's something I've heard someone share before, so I just wanted to help you expand your thinking on different creative ways to protect your biddies, if you know what I mean. Or better, use a biddies to buy whatever you want. Exactly. You too, JV. Thanks. You're welcome, Ray Cruz. They not a fam. Nipsey Chill Boy. He covers himself. Is so cute. Yeah. I have my seed on the metal plate. Not in my house. Right on. Griff. One thing you want to avoid. Don't just write your recovery seed ever on a computer device or a phone or anything, because that's the most susceptible to hackers, meaning virtually anyone can hack a phone and they can tap into anything you have written down as far as a recovery seed, and they can seize all your Bitcoin that way. So first and foremost, that's like rule 101. Never put a recovery seed on anything like a computer or a phone, because any of that stuff can always be hacked. Next, you write a recovery seed on a piece of paper. Hypothetically speaking, someone breaks into your house, like Mr. Beast shared a story, and the hacker, if they see your recovery seed and they're smart enough to recognize it is a recovery seed, then they have access to all your Bitcoin. That's the downside of the recovery seed. Now, why do we have recovery seeds? Bitcoin 101. That's only in case you lose your cold storage device, or if your cold storage device malfunctions. For example, you update your little device, then it says, snap, it's been wiped out. Start from zero. No, crap. If you don't have your recovery seed, you're done in the dust. So you kind of need to write down your recovery seed. So, you know what I mean? But you got to be smart about protecting it some way, somehow, where if someone random came across it, they wouldn't be able to hack your ish, right? And there's a lot of solutions to that. But that's why you have to learn self-custody instead of just allowing Coinbase to hold it for you, because that's the most susceptible on the exchanges. So only keep on the exchanges where you can afford to lose. The same in the bank. Only keep amount in the fiat in the bank that you want to lose to inflation, because fiat is ultimately a melting ice cube. It is what it is. Rule 101, no electronic devices next to you. All is watching. Yeah, always assume it's watching you. Even my daughter, who's 10 years old, is smart enough to always put a sticky note on I bought her a new computer for Christmas. She has a little, what is it called? MacBook Air or something. And she puts the sticky note on the camera because she don't want any random strangers watching her, because she understands that that can happen, right? So be very careful. Also, I wouldn't even say it out loud ever, your recovery seed. Like maybe you're repeating it to try to memorize it. Well, guess what? What did John Gotti say? The walls have ears. There's always someone listening, right? They could be listening through your device. They could be listening through your cell phone, your computer, through your webcam, through your smart technology in your kitchen. Who knows? Be extra careful, family, because anything is possible, and hackers are freaking relentless, if you know what I mean. Free self-custody options. Free self-custody options. Again, well, first and foremost, I think it would be wise and advantageous to use a device like a Trezor. It's cheap as $60, no brainer. And it's like having a Swiss bank account in your pocket, as Obama once coined it. You know what I mean? My Ledger LCD screen almost died, so dim, restored it on a new device, worked perfectly, and stoked on my Trezor. That's what's up. What the what? Don't put everything into one cold storage either. Yeah, I mean, the more, I would imagine, if you had thousands of Bitcoin like a Michael Saylor, you'd probably have it spread across multiple devices. What kind of freaks me out is the ETFs controlling that much Bitcoin and having hundreds of thousands Bitcoins on one wallet address. It almost seems like it becomes a honeypot for attackers to focus on that. So who knows? I would imagine people that have a lot of Bitcoin have multiple devices, just like people that have a lot of money have multiple bank accounts. Why limit yourself to one if you have the freedom to have unlimited amounts? Just thinking out loud. What do you guys think? You think Elon's brain chip is secure? Don't even get me started with Elon. I have multiple cold storage. I have them in different places, and the seed phrases are not with the device. Smart. Jennifer's figured it out. A streamer told his bank not to approve any transaction without him being there in person. People can use his voice for fraud. JV, you may want to do the same if you haven't already. Wow. Always have an alternative device. Try air gap cold wallets. They are great. Split up your biddies. There you go, family. Good advice, K-Jam. Thanks, JV. Pump, 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 pump it up. And we do it like...
Toe to zero, they really thought that. Again, you can...
Boating accidents happen. So be it. So I am safe. Right on, family. Where's the best place to store a cold wallet that isn't in your name? Cold wallets aren't in your name in general. That's the beauty of it. There's no name on a wallet, FYI, to identify you, unless you specifically name the wallet your name or put your social security card in your wallet, right? You know, you can name your wallet online when you're opening it up. Don't do that. I think it's best to just incognito. The wallet President Bukele created, we don't need a recovery word, only ID and photo. Good. That's pretty lit. I didn't know that. Let's go, Ray Cruz. Let's get it. But here's what we're going to do. I got to pick up my daughter shortly from school. So we're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod exclusive on Rumble. So head on over to Rumble right now, family. For those new to the channel, I stream simultaneous each and every day, 7 days a week. Hence why we're the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. And I stream on 2 platforms, YouTube and Rumble. YouTube stream is about to end. We shall continue with the uncensored version exclusively on Rumble so JV can talk freely without censorship. If you respect free speech, head on over to Rumble right now and let's get ready to rumble. Deuces, fam. All right, YouTube, we out. Rumble fam, where you at?